Hi, this is Brian. I'm going to show you a little bit about doing a window regulator and motor assembly because they're together. They're all cabled together on a 98 Pontiac Grand Prix. Should be pretty fun. So anyway, first of all, what happens on these is the motor, basically you go to roll the window up or down and it won't go. You'll be able to pull it up, but basically here's an old one that came out. You see this cable, all this slack. These are all cabled together in one piece, and basically you have a pulley or something that'll break on them, and when that happens, like see this assembly down here, it's toast. Basically the cable breaks and then you just got to get the whole new thing. I picked this one up for like 80 bucks. They're not too expensive for an assembly together, but that's basically what you get. Actually, it looks like the pulley that goes right here busted out. So look at that one, it's got a pulley, this one doesn't. So it wasn't actually the bottom. So anyway, you've got a bunch of different slots in the door. You'll see like a circle shape like that. And that's to accept one of these bolts that's loose. Where it goes in and out is just through the door right here. Let's see if we can do this with one hand. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be worth 5 stars, wouldn't it? So anyway, swing that, pop it up into the door. I need to get some kind of apparatus where I can, work with 2 hands and be able to film with something, like with this on my head, like a helmet cam. That'd be cool. I actually did a little bit of that with the bullet bike over the weekend. I did a thing where I put this camera onto the helmet, but unfortunately I couldn't see what I was filming. I wound up filming the asphalt like right in front of my face the whole time. It's pretty gay. No offense to anybody who's a homo, but yeah, it wasn't what I was looking for. I think I just made it worse. I think I just offended people even more. I do that sometimes. So anyway, I'm probably making everybody sick, but yeah. Why is that so tight? Okay, so you didn't see any of that. I basically just hung the motor assembly up in there. I hung this one by the 1 bolt. I'll just add the other bolts, and then basically what you do is you slide the window down until it meets with the regulator assembly here like that, and you just bolt it in. And that's how you do the window regulator. You just plug in the electrical. As far as getting the door panel off, this one was kind of a pain because it had these 2 screws that go up into here for the door handle. They were kind of recessed. And they had kind of like these little button cover things. I'll show you one of them. One of these little button covers, and they're the same color as the door. And they're tucked up in there so you can't see them. As far as the screws that were in there go, they're the Torx variety, the ones that look like a star. You can't get any detail with a minnow camera. Drives me crazy, but as far as the size of that, it was a T30. So a Torx 30 driver will get that off. All the rest of them are these push pins that never really stay in the door, or they stay in the door, they just don't stay in the spot they're supposed to be in on the door panel. Genius, whoever thought of that, I don't know, but they suck. They seriously fail every time. But anyway, that's just that's how you do a window regulator. Not too shabby. As far as these things go, they're really gooey. I just stick them up into themselves. I try not to deal with them any more than I have to. If it's a hot day, you got to powder your gloves or grease them or do something because they will stick to this black stuff. But peel it up from the bottom, because if you peel it from the top, if you peel this top line, you'll find it falling down in the door after you've put it together. Just when it gets hot it does that, so I just always peel from the bottom. And that's all I have to say about that. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them, and rate it 5 stars if you found it helpful, and I'll make some more videos. Cheers. So this is detail of what it looks like with just the panel off, the door panel. So you got your door handle, and everything clears with this. You don't even have to take the outer part off with the, see this thing that goes on there? You really don't even have to take that out of this part here. This car's been to the window shop to have the windows tinted, and they just glued it back on. They've got all this crude black glue like all over the place on this, and then also on this control panel, you don't have to take this out of the door either. It had that black gooey glue all over it as well. So I'll probably have to re-glue it apparently. That's what it looks like. So just leave those in there and you'll be good to go. As far as, you know, like the pocket, you can leave the pocket in there too. There's no screws behind it. These screws here for the window regulator, and they get done after you get the door panel off. So anyway, that's that. You can plug all these out of it, out of the control board, you know, after you've popped the door panel free. As far as screws and stuff go, the only things, pull this back, you can't see that for darn. You pull this little speaker assembly out a little bit. You'll want to fish a clip back out of the door because of course it stays in the door like everything else. Good job, GM. Never had that problem with Honda because they use screws. Same with Toyota. Not that I'm like all Japanese only or whatever, but it's no wonder that they sell as well as they do. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, moment of silence for no reason. I'll edit this out later. Maybe. So this is what it'll look like when you're all done. Mine, because I took these off because I was uninformed. You don't have that excuse, I informed you. I took these off, and so now it's like kind of ghetto, it's just hanging there. So I've got Permatex Right stuff, which I use for frickin' everything. I love that stuff. It sets up like tire rubber and it really sticks. And then I've got hot glue to hold it till the Permatex Right stuff dries, so they'll stay on. And we'll go from there. Want to see how the window works? Slap that key in there. Oh, look at that. I have the power. Incidentally, the motor does come separate from the rest of this. I correct what I said earlier because I took it off and I looked inside, and in where the motor is, cables, there's a big bird nest made out of cable. It was like jacked. So anyway, I'm going to take a moment and look how crooked my nose is. Thanks, Cameron. The guy named Cameron in kindergarten, we broke each other's noses. You'll notice that it's broken the side of left hook or whatever. That's what he got me with. And we've been friends ever since. So.